Good day, and welcome to Zoyols News. I'm Michael Reed. At least 13 people have been killed in a Ukrainian drone strike inside Russia, according to Russian authorities, in what officials describe as one of the deadliest such attacks in 2 years. The reported strike comes as Ukraine and Russia continue to exchange long-range attacks, with civilians and infrastructure increasingly caught in the crossfire. I'm Michael Reed. The news begins now. The strike comes as both Russia and Ukraine intensify aerial attacks while front lines stagnate. More drones and missiles are getting through weakening air defenses, raising civilian deaths and damaging critical infrastructure. The UN said June was the deadliest month for Ukrainian civilians since April 2022, with 1,396 killed and 7,978 injured. Russian officials said a child was among those killed in Nizhny, and authorities in Russia's Belgorod region reported 4 more deaths over the last 24 hours. Ukraine's expanding long-range drone capabilities have allowed its forces to carry out more frequent attacks deep inside Russian territory. The reported targets have included oil refineries, fuel facilities, power substations, energy infrastructure, warehouses and other sites that Kyiv says are connected to Russia's war effort. Some of the attacks have also caused casualties. A previous strike on warehouses belonging to online retailer Wildberries reportedly killed at least 8 people in a single day. Before the latest incident in Nizhny, that attack had been described as one of the deadliest Ukrainian strikes inside Russia. Despite Ukraine's growing ability to conduct long-range drone operations, Russian aerial attacks against Ukraine remain far more frequent and extensive. Earlier this month, a major Russian missile and drone barrage in the Kyiv region reportedly killed at least 17 people and injured dozens more. The continuing exchange of long-range attacks highlights how the conflict has expanded far beyond the immediate front lines, with both countries increasingly relying on drones and missiles to strike military, energy and strategic targets deep inside enemy territory. The latest attacks come at a time when Ukraine is facing growing pressure on its air defense capabilities. Ukrainian officials have repeatedly warned that the country needs more interceptor missiles to protect its cities and critical infrastructure from increasingly frequent Russian attacks. One of the biggest challenges is the limited supply of ballistic missile interceptors. Ukraine relies heavily on advanced systems, including US-made Patriot air defense platforms, which are among the few systems capable of intercepting certain types of ballistic missiles. Kyiv has been calling on its allies for additional support as it works to replenish its stockpiles and strengthen its ability to defend against missile and drone attacks. The shortage has added to concerns that repeated attacks could place further strain on Ukraine's air defense network. The situation remains fluid, with both sides continuing to use long-range weapons as the war enters another phase of heightened military activity. Ukrainian authorities and international partners are closely monitoring the latest developments. This is a developing story. More information is expected as officials assess the damage and confirm further details about the attacks and Ukraine's ongoing efforts to strengthen its air defenses. That is the latest on the deadly Ukrainian drone strike reported inside Russia. With at least 13 people reportedly killed, the attack marks a significant escalation in the ongoing long-range strikes between the two sides. As the conflict continues, concerns remain over the growing impact of these attacks on civilians and communities far from the front lines. For more breaking news and in-depth coverage, stay with Zoyols News. I'm Michael Reed. Thanks for watching.